Welcome back to part two of December Girl Revisited with Rudi.
Thank you again to everyone for rejoining us. I hope we kept you entertained for that 45 minutes, wherever it was. We're going to wrap things up with a few last questions now. So you ended that last part beautifully with that line about you want what's best for the song. But there are there's lots of paraphernalia that goes with a song. There's the promotion, there's obviously the production, but there's also the music video, which is on YouTube. People might have seen it, and I want you to tell us a little bit about that. Namely, where is the bar you're playing at, and what was it like making the video?
So the bar it was shot in two different locations. So we did 2 days, not 2 full days. It actually didn't take that long. I always feel sorry for the people that have to edit these things. Because so I guess it's a bit like mixing a tune. Do you know what I mean? So it was filmed in the Mau Mau Bar, which is now known as Bar Love, down in Ladbroke Grove on Portobello Road. Everything kind of leads back to Ladbroke Grove, to be honest with you. So it was filmed there because the fella who owned it at the time, he let us have it for, I think he let us have it for free. And then we did an evening shot on Primrose Hill and in and around that vicinity. And the guy that did it was a media student. So I think he was only been about 18 at the time. A guy by the name of Yasin, wicked photographer, videographer. And he'd scripted it all out because we had a conversation before, and he had to do something for a project, and he's like, "Oh, can I use one of your tunes?" Blah blah. So I sent him. By that time, it was definitely SoundCloud link I sent him, and I was like, "Just pick something that you like." And I was like, "I'm not really interested in where you want to take it. Just you do your thing, and I'll turn up and do it." And if we need it, he wanted a live performance as well. I don't like doing music videos. They're a pain in the ass.
Which the only one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and he kind of scripted it all out, and he wanted me sitting down playing, which is what I think that's what you can see in a video. I can't remember. And I was like, but I stand up when I play. He's like, yeah, but for this, you're sitting down. I was like, yeah, but that's not what I do. He was like, well, that's what you're doing in this thing, and so in the end I caved in. But I don't remember a great deal about the shoot. It's really weird having to kind of pretend to flirt with someone that I'd never met before.
Oh, so you didn't know who she? Because there's a girl in the music for those who haven't seen it.
I've met her twice, man. I met her the day we did the first shoot, the day we did the second shoot, and that was it.
Right. Okay. I thought the way it came across was like she was, I don't know, a close friend or someone.
I'd never met her before in my life.
Yeah.
Or since. And it's terrible of me, forgive me, but if she sees this, I've forgotten her name as well. But that was done. When was that video done now? That was a while ago, man. It was back in 17, I think.
Oh, okay. So a few years after the song was written, because it's
celebrated. Yeah. Yeah, so that kind of again, it kind of breathed another life into it.
Yeah.
People seem to really like the video, and there's a part of it, the drone footage that he did at the beginning. I
That's
love
right.
that. But basically, I like all the parts where I'm not in it. But apart from there's a wicked shot where I'm looking out over Primrose Hill,
Primrose Hill, isn't it? Yeah.
and I believe that's in the middle part of the song.
I
And
think
the
it's
way
right.
the way he cut and edited that together, I thought was wicked. So I really like that. But yeah, I don't remember shooting that, to be quite honest. I remember bits about it. Do you know what I mean? I remember waiting ages for someone to come and open a venue. But
So
that's
we,
what you spend a lot of time. It's kind of like gigging. Do you know what I mean? You spend all this time waiting around for kind of to do something for 5 minutes or half an hour or whatever it is. But that shoot didn't take long, man. And probably did it all in all. It's over 2 days. The time combined was probably only about 6 hours, if that.
that's not long at all, actually.
No.
Compared to the length of some other music videos and how they, what is it again, to go back to our friend Noel, some directors treat it like they're filming Apocalypse Now or something like that. And they pour all their heart and soul into it for something that actually turns out to be, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, the main thing is the song. It's the music videos offer an extra bit of entertainment, but now, I mean, we're not in the age of the music video anymore. When you look back on the budget they producers
Yeah,
had.
and I think it was interesting. It's interesting you speak about the video because and what was interesting in what Yasin did with it, because very much his interpretation of the tune. Because I said, like, I hadn't told him what the song was about, or had I might have kind of given him a briefing, but I was like, look, just take it as you will, and I don't know what his take on it was, to be honest, but that was in the script that he put together.
So can we expect any future music videos from you?
It's a good question. Depends.
Oh, right.
There is one out there, and no, tell a lie. There's two. So there's one for a song called "Life in a Daydream," and there's one a song called "For You." I don't know if you've seen that on YouTube. That was done in one take by Trellick Towers, a friend of mine, Gina, and we were out kind of wanted to shoot that in the Ladbroke Grove area because I was promoting the EP at the time, and wanted to do the video down there, and we tried all these kind of all these different takes and all these different shoots and in the end my friend Nyan was stood kind of, so I'm standing here and she's in front of me, he's behind her to make sure that she don't trip up when she's falling downstairs and that. And it's just me miming the tune, and that wasn't pre-planned, but it just worked. But as for the future, I don't know. I'd like to do some visualizer stuff, particularly for World Outside. I've always thought that deserved a video.
Well, that brings us quite nicely onto the next song. Now, World Outside is what you've called December Girl's sister song.
Mm.
And so I think it's someone you mentioned before, Johnny Marr, talk about how I think it's Girl Afraid and Back to the Old House of sister songs. And
Okay.
I think it's the two of them, have this close relationship. And I wanted to know, what is it? Why do the songs go together?
Well, whereas December Girl took 5 minutes to write, World Outside, I'd had those chords for ages, man. Doing my head in, playing around with them. and I couldn't. I don't remember writing a lyric to that. I do remember it was in my mind to write a second verse to it, which I never did, and it just kind of it seemed to work in the studio. So it was very much a thing of like, well, that'll do. Um, what was your question? Why is it the sister song?
Why is it the sister song? Yeah. Why do they go together?
I guess they were kind of written around the same period of time. So we were finishing up December Girl. World Outside Wild Outside was in its demo stage when Dana came down to do the backing vocals on December Girl. And I was like, I remember saying to her, I said, do you know what? I've got this other tune as well that would sound wicked if you do this thing, which I borrowed from another band. And so how did it go? And then there was this big back and forth in the studio, like, no, that's your part, Tom. You should do it. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. It's yours. It was back and forth between me, her, and Tony, and she did it. I don't know if you've heard it, but the "How Does It Feel" thing, which is at the start, and it was kind of, yeah, man. It's a very it's a I guess that's quite a dreamy tune.
Yeah, it sounds like the more recent stuff that you've done. It sounds more like sonically expansive.
But
Lush.
that was the beginning of that, really. When we started playing around more with vocals and things like that, because it starts with Dana, and I wanted that very much to sound like it was coming out of a church or out of a large space,
Yeah.
and then coming back into reality, and then it finishes with it kind of fading back out into I don't know, back out into dreamland.
Yeah, I don't want to use the term shoegaze, but I would say that it sounds like sort of softly, sort of gently psychedelic. Sort of, I think I compared
Okay.
your recent recordings to Air, that the French duo who did Moon Safari and Walkie Talkie. And it kind of has that sort of atmosphere to it.
Yeah,
Without,
I don't know what I wanted from that, to be honest. Um, it really give it any great deal of thought. I mean, if I did, I'd have redone the lead vocal. Because from how it is on the record to how I sing it live, it changed completely. But I don't know what I want. Do you know what? I don't. All I remember about recording that is Dana putting her backing vocals on it and thinking, right, shit, now it's come to life. Um, like I say, I remember writing the music. Don't remember writing the lyrics. But it was kind of, and it was one of them tunes that was kind of, I guess, the opposite to December Girl in a way that is kind of for the people that were there at the time at those gigs seemed to really take to it. I mean, I remember people ringing me up at 3 in the morning or sending me messages like pissed, singing that song. And I was like, wow, okay, so it worked.
embedded itself in people's conscious. So do you always play them live together? Do they come as a pair?
Nah, Wild Outside. Oh my goodness. Well, to be honest, I haven't gigged like I've kind of been out of the game for a little while. I've been doing been playing at jams from time to time, singing covers and that. But I can't remember the last time Wild Outside was in a live set. Would have been a long time ago. It's not an easy tune to sing.
Hmm.
It's so like from a vocal point of view, it's you know it's it's hard to hit them notes.
Yeah.
So December Girl, when I kind of know the beginning and the end of my live set, World Outside kind of, I mean, it's always there, but and it used to be the penultimate tune in the set, or yeah, was it the penultimate? Yeah, for a little while, and then yeah, I don't know. It's kind of didn't consciously get phased out, but you know, there are other songs that maybe work better, or we might do a cover or whatever. But no, it was a staple for a couple of years. Yeah, definitely.
Do you get fans now angry demanding its return?
Um, that's a good question. You know, people do ask me why I don't play it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that I can't. But like I say, it's a very very difficult song to sing, man. It'll come back.
Okay, well, that's something to hold you to. Now we've got video evidence of you saying it's going to come back, so fans should
Yeah,
worry.
yeah. Well, I need to get my ass back on stage first, but that's coming. Don't worry.
Okay, do we know when? Have you got another gig lined up soon?
When someone puts some money up.
So
Do you know
finally,
what? Going back to that, in all seriousness, like a lot of the venues I used to gig at ain't there anymore. That's a conversation for another video. But yeah, I'll be out at some point, but I'm not putting a timestamp on that.
we'll watch this space, is what I'd say to those watching. So, I mean, finally, how do you feel about the song now? And has your relationship with the song changed over the years? Because it's funny when I read interviews with my favorite artists, you know, sometimes they're quite disparaging about their early work, and I think, what? I love that song. Like Damon Albarn famously can't stand Blur's people. Um, if you read Heavier Than Heaven, uh, Michael Cross's biography of Kurt Cobain, at one stage he loved Nirvana's recording of Love Buzz by Shocking Blue. Was really proud of it. Wouldn't stop talking about it. Couldn't believe it when he held the copy of it when it was printed, and then by the time they'd moved on to Nevermind or were on the cusp of it, he just couldn't stand it. He didn't want to look at it anymore. Didn't want to hear it anymore.
Okay.
So I don't think you're anywhere near that stage, but I'm always interested to know what artists think about their early work. So, I mean, how do you feel about December Girl now? It's 11 years old, and has your relationship changed over the years?
Do you know what? I looked at I was looking at the dates, because I always, whenever I put anything on my hard drive, I always kind of date stamp it and that. And it's almost 10 years to the day since we did the original demo of that. And how do I feel about it? It's a tune, man. I mean, it's something I kind of, I always try and create music that I'd like to listen to. Hence why I've shamelessly ripped off a load of people down the years. Do you know what I mean? There's a few songs that I disregard, but you know, that certainly ain't one of them. And I appreciate what it did for me, and what it's given to other people as well. Do you know what I mean? I'll never forget doing a gig down in Kilburn, and going back to your point about set lists, we started doing a cover of Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac. So I remember we played that, and anyway, did all the usual stuff. Thanks for coming. Gonna do one more tune. Good night. This song's called December Girl, and the place erupted, and I was like, fucking hell, I got a bigger reception than one of the great pop songs of its time, you know. So Yeah, I've got time for that song. It's not. There was a time when I got tired of playing it live, and it got pushed back, kind of to like in the middle of the set, which was completely on my part. I was like, I'm bored of this. I don't want to do it.
Mm.
Um, but I knew that certain people probably wouldn't let me out of the room if I didn't, and therefore, there you go. But yeah, what I I'll always have time for that song. And I think because of what the people made it great. It took me 5 minutes to write it, but had it not been for them 5 minutes, in all honesty, I probably wouldn't still be writing now. So yeah, it's one that I'll always stick by.
Tom Murray, thank you very much. That was great. That was a
Thank you.
comprehensive overview of a great song, and I mean, obviously, stick a link in the description so people can check it
Links in
out.
the description. Yeah, if you want to go and listen to it, it is available to buy on Amazon. I know people don't, you know, repulsed at the thought of purchasing music, but it is out there to buy if you wish to. If not, stream it, share it if you like it. If you don't like it, that's cool as well. And Rudi and I will be back at some point very, very soon talking about all things music, all things we like, some things we dislike. And yeah, thanks for watching, people. All the best.
See you
Take
later.
care. See you soon.